Receiver on his right, smash it with his left, but not meant to be. It was Kieran Tierney who crafted the chance. There's Guendouzi! Oh my goodness me! I'll just stop talking about Lukaku's chance for a minute because Guendouzi has smashed Arsenal in front after 10 minutes. Patrick manages to squeeze that ball towards Torreira. Torreira then on the run. Needs somebody to commit themselves and make that run. And Kingsley Coman, a little bit lucky to get through here. Coman, can he finish? This time he can. Trying to get it on the... Oh, couldn't get the shot away. Defended brilliantly. Comes out towards the edge of the area. Lukaku might get up. Oh, Lukaku's won it. What on earth has just happened to Arsenal defensively? I thought the chance had gone. Here is Richarlison again. Coman now will make that run. Kingsley Coman putting it back on the right foot. Trying to curl one. Oh, what a finish. Kingsley Coman. Nanya's going to look inside the box. Great ball. Ozil the finish. Well then, I'll shut up. Arsenal 2, Everton 3. Can create something here which they cannot. The referee brings proceedings to a close. Everton slender victors here at the Emirates, but it is the 3 points that we wanted. Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another Career Mode episode 3 today, dropping for you. Apologies for no Career Mode yesterday. I had to work all day and didn't quite manage to get a video done for you. But we're dropping it on the Thursday instead, so here's to hoping you're having a great Thursday, and it's got even better with tonight's Career Mode episode dropping. I've got a few things to show you. I'll show you our upcoming episode today in terms of games. I've got one player that I've agreed a deal with from Barcelona. It's a regen. I'll talk about that in just a second and show you that player in just a second as well. But let's start then with our upcoming month, which is going to be September. This is how it's looking right now. So we've got Leicester, which we're going to begin the episode off with today, away from home. Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League. If you missed our group stage draw, we've been drawn against Dynamo Kiev, Roma, and Benfica. So a pretty tough draw, I'd say. Newcastle at home, which I'll be simming. Chelsea at home as well. Manchester City away, and Roma too. So bit of a difficult month of September, if you will, coming up here. But before I show you that player that we've got lined up, Davinson Sanchez, a lot of you were saying about the fact that I left him in the reserves. It was only for the first game, and that was simply because he'd picked up an injury in the beginning of the season. So I didn't want to risk him for the first game, but he's played in 3 of the 4 Premier League games we've had this season. So yeah, the only reason he was in the reserves was because he picked up an injury, slight knock, and I didn't want to risk him in case he got a longer injury. Of course, he is part of my first team plans here, so that was literally the only reason that he wasn't in the starting 11 for the first game. So yeah, that's it really. But let's jump into that potential new signing then. So I took a look through the comments, and there was a few comments that I like the look of. One of them involved Max de Graaf. If you remember, we had him at the Graafschap, but he's only now 70 rated. He hasn't really developed as much as I'd hoped he would have done. As you can see, he's got some good physicals. But then I came across another player that I like the look of in terms of physicals and such. And that is the guy that I've managed to negotiate the fee for. So the Graf, if you take a look at him, right, he would cost about £4 million. The player in question that I've actually negotiated the fee for is 10.5-ish million. So yeah, a little bit overall higher maybe. That is the focal point there. There was also comments saying, why don't we just go pick up Leon Bailey on the release clause? A few other suggestions as well for players that are just a little bit out of our price range. Leon Bailey, £43 million. We don't quite have that. But if we let it go to January, we could sell a couple of players maybe and then bring him in then. That is kind of what I'm working with. So I think for the first time in a long time, I might leave a little bit of money still in the transfer window. I like to be spent up in summer so that I've done all my business. I know what my team's going to be like and all that stuff. But I might just save some money in case anybody does come available. But this is the player we've currently negotiated the fee with Barcelona for. I know absolutely nothing about his overall. All I have to work with is 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. And you can see it gives us a broad range of sort of the current stats. But a young Croatian, you can see physically, if it's in that sort of area, looks very good there. You can see technically, ball control very good, long passing, short passing okay. Now he's only 18, right? The fee is 10.8 million pounds. So if we want to make this happen, he could come in and be an absolute beast for us. I'm thinking he's probably like maybe a region of Luka Modric or something like that, but I'm not 100% certain. So the question is, how much are you going to want in the wages? I already did the fee off camera. I just wanted to see what they would want for him. Important first team, 4 years is the contract. The question is, how much money are we going to give him? Because I upset Jamal Lascelles previously by offering too low. £27,000. Can we remove that bonus and give him 30? And that will be a good standpoint for me, I think. So 30k, submit the offer. And he's happy with that. So a young Croatian 18-year-old midfielder has joined us. I'm going to be calling him by his first name because I can't pronounce the second name. How good is he though? Let's have a quick look before we jump into our first game. 74 rated. 89 acceleration though, 99 agility, 97 balance, 85 sprint speed, good stamina. Looks good in the ball control, long passing, short passing could do a bit of work with. I mean, you know what? I don't think that's a bad signing. With training, we could easily get into about 80 pretty quickly. So let's replace nobody on the bench as of yet. Let's move him to there like that, and that's how we're going to do it. Holy moly. Okay, I've been going and skipping through, and you can see I've accepted offers from Mo Besic. He's currently negotiating with Frankfurt, and I've accepted an offer for Gylfi Sigurdsson as well from Marseille. But I've got an offer here from Brighton for Ademola Lookman. And you can see again, it's quite the fee, £36 million. I think I'm going to counter for 50. I'm going to do it. You know why? If we get 50, we'll be able to afford that Leon Bailey transfer. And what a replacement that would be. In fact, even then, let's not count for 50. Let's count for 45 because I can still probably get Bailey in as well as a replacement to Lookman. 45 million. Hold on a second. You gave us an offer to 36. How has this gone to 25? That is the most bizarre transfer I've seen in my time of playing this year's FIFA. You're having a laugh, Chris. What is that? Mo Besic and Sigurdsson both left the club, so that now has given us the funds that we basically paid for our young Croatian midfielder. Anthony Gordon, I'm going to let it go if we can actually get him out of the club. I've accepted 2 offers before this, but he keeps not agreeing a contract with any of the teams that are coming in. And there was a comment as well asking us to sign Guendouzi after that banger of a goal he scored against us. He's actually left Arsenal anyway. He's gone already, so that will not happen. Bournemouth in for Tom Davis. Already rejected an offer from Valencia for him as well. Another one of the players that I kind of want to keep hold of, being one of the Everton players who starts off as an Everton player at the beginning of the series. So I don't want to be getting rid of players that already, have a bit of a nostalgic feel for a few Everton fans. So Kevin Ralas, I'd accept that offer as well. And we've got 3 hours left in deadline day then to see if anything else is going. Oh my goodness me, Saigankov. I remember FIFA 18 days, I had Saigankov at a team. Was it Schalke? And he went for 95 million. He might have been to Everton, actually, in that series. I've never kind of used him before, but I'm going to try and counter for 95 again. There's no way Leverkusen will accept this. Absolutely no way. Yeah, I was going to say. But in FIFA 18 days, or it might have even been FIFA 19, it's a while ago since I last did Schalke. We actually went for like 95 million, which is crazy. So 2 hours to go. I think that's going to do us for the deadline day then. You've heard me talking for a large part of today's opening part of the episode. I apologise for that, but it's done. It's dusted. Transfer window in summer has now closed, and that is going to do us. Whilst off camera as well, I actually bought myself a Scout Future Star who has returned, but I've also got a youth squad report, and this is it. So Denis Moraes is a Brazilian left back, 60 rated, 15 years of age at the moment, 6'2" as well. Unable to get into our youth academy or senior side just yet, but I have sent out that Scout Future Star. So that's what he brought back. And actually, if we take a look now, I've actually got enough to make that deal for Leon Bailey happen. Problem is the wages. Haven't got enough wages to make it happen. So, yeah, might need to let go of a couple more players. If Morales goes, that might be enough to do it. He's currently negotiating terms with Swansea because he didn't go to the other team. But there we go then. Massive injury just hit us. Richarlison out for 3 months with a lateral collateral ligament. That's not what you want to see. Also got a scout report back from the one scout that we've sent around the world. It's actually he's actually staying in England, and we're looking for technically gifted footballers this time around. But that's not an injury you want to see, especially with transfer window now closed. You've got a player like Richarlison, who's fairly important to our team, who is now out injured. So, yeah, that's not going to be too good, is it? I mean, we've got Lookman on the bench who will come into the team, I guess, but that's a little bit annoying, really. After all that chit-chat, it's time to go in our first game. I apologise for the length of time that took, but I really like to kind of give you the full rundown on what's going on at each time. It's a really cool Everton kit, that. There was someone looking at my tactics, so I'm going to take you quickly through them. I don't change much. Obviously, 4-3-2-1. And in tactically department, I play on balanced with that width, that depth. Balanced again for defensive, that width, offensive, Players in the box, you can see corners I have more players in the box for. Free kicks less so, because I generally, you know, shoot from free kicks, so I don't feel like I need that many bodies in the box there. Instructions, I only have one, which is Lucas Torreira, stay back while attacking, and that's pretty much it. I don't put a lot on the tactics, mainly because I just don't really see the issue there. You know, you could go fully in depth, but I just think at times it's better to just be more basic than anything, and it allows you to kind of just play a game and adapt as it goes. But nevertheless, Leicester City, our first opponents of the day. And looking at the side, I'll be pretty disappointed if we can't get a result here. Here is the Leicester 11. Jack Butland in goal. Very good goalkeeper at this point. Serge Aurier, Wallace, Benkovic, and Pizzala at the back. In the midfield three, they've got Lanetti, Mendy, and Sarabia. Not a bad midfield three there. Gezel, Uth, and Barnes as the front three. On the bench, Iheanacho, Lazari, Marin, you might know, but for the most part, I feel like this is going to be us as favourites. Lukaku 4 and 4. Can he make that 5 and 5? We are off and running at the King Power Stadium. And let's see how we get on. Nothing really separating the two sides at the 20th minute. Not a lot really happening for either team, really. That's a good ball up towards the feet of Patrick, though, who can feed now Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Have we got a good enough delivery from this right? Not really. Harvey Barnes just steps in front of it, and Wan-Bissaka can't beat him at that near post. Yeah, really strange start to this game. We had a lot of possession so far, not really doing too much with it, and Leicester City, has to be said, have not really started here. So we're going to have to take some inspiration from somewhere to start us off here, because it's not really going our way yet. Serrera, that's not the pass I was hoping for, mate. Lukaku again, what a ball that is then towards Wan-Bissaka. Nobody really in the box for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so he tried to take the shot on. Mistimed it slightly, which causes a few problems, but here is Kieran Tierney then. Leicester City not defending just yet. Patrick! Leicester 0, Everton 1. It's a Patrick special to kickstart the episode off. What a goal this is. One thought in his mind, and we know what that thought is. Everton fans, this is what we've got. I've had him for the last 4 years, and I know what he's capable of. Welcome, Patrick. This is what you want to see from him. Poorly cleared by Everton. Tierney just brings it down. That's his 5th assist as well of the season so far from Kieran Tierney, or 4th, sorry. And it's a simple one at that, but look at this from Patrick. Curls it round the defender, right into that corner. And Leicester behind at the King Power Stadium. What a goal. Romelu Lukaku. All of a sudden, Everton coming alive now after that goal from Patrick. And Leicester City are on the ropes here. Saigankov, Wan-Bissaka. Lovely little ball. Wan-Bissaka delivers across. Koeman tries to attack it. Serge Aurier gets a touch on it, but Kieran Tierney picks back up possession for Everton. Swings the delivery in again. And this time it hasn't quite worked out. Approaching half-time here. Leicester on the ropes. They have to get in at only 1-0 down. Otherwise, this could be bad for him in the second half. Patrick again on the ball then. Looking to change this. Patrick gives the ball away, though. Wins it straight back. And that is the half-time whistle. Just the one goal at half-time. But all of a sudden, Leicester now on the ropes slightly there. They have to try and regroup at the break. Lukaku and Saigankov combine with a quick 1-2. Saigankov delivers. Koeman! Slightly fortunate, as I don't think he knew much about the first touch, Kingsley Coman, but we won't care, because that is the second goal that just about wraps this up. Leicester beginning to a little bit growing confidence, but now that goal will surely knock the wind out of their sails. Like I said, Coman didn't really know too much about the first touch here, but it worked out, and then from there he just taps it home from close range. And we're going to make a change or two then, as that goal is giving us a bit of a lifeline, if you will. Adam Ola-Lookman going to come on for Saigankov, and I'm also going to bring on Tom Davis as well for Abdoulaye Doucouré. In fact, while we're at it, triple change. Ivan Herrera on for Lukaku, who's largely not done too much today. Apart from the combination between him and Saigankov there for that goal, didn't really do too much else. So, yep, Herrera on. We'll see. He's going to get a few minutes here. Can he find a goal? Patrick now with the ball at his feet. Kingsley Coman just in front of him. Coman towards Lookman. Herrera on the run as well. Ivan Herrera, this is your moment, mate. Oh, Jack Butland saves it. Oh, we love you, Ivan, really do, but you've got to be scoring those. Leicester 0, Everton 2 still, and it was Ivan Herrera's first real opportunity for a goal. Herrera gives it off to Lookman, who gets it and feeds it back for Ivan Herrera. 90th minute. Is it going to be the chance for Herrera? I've mistimed it. It's not the chance. Oh, the search for the first Everton goal will continue for Ivan Herrera. Two decent opportunities here. One of them I will take the blame for that one there. That was such a horrifically timed finish. Nevertheless, that's going to do us for our first game. Leicester City beaten at home. Everton's continue to dominate in terms of our league position. But actually, we're still only joint top. This is what you want to see from us, though. 2-0, comfortable win in the end against Leicester. We tried to put up a fight, but not a lot in it. Ivan Herrera came off the bench, could have scored. Unfortunately, didn't manage it. I mean, look at that. Leicester didn't even have a shot. Kieran Tierney, man of the match display again. Fantastic from him. He's so good, Tierney, I swear. Just if you haven't already tried him in career mode, he's so reliable at fullback. Champions League action then, as we have our first group stage game of the tournament. Dynamo Kiev away. I was hoping this might have been at home, so I could have potentially simmed it, but nevertheless, it's all right. So we're going to be wearing our blue kit. They're in the white kit. And you can see this is our 11, where there's a start in here for Orsic, who I can now actually safely say I'm thinking I've got that right. It's Orsic is how I'm going to pronounce that. Do let me know if I'm getting it wrong. Even Herrera as well is going to lead the line for us. And I'm more intrigued to see, actually, because think about the potential midfield of Patrick, Orsic, and Lazardis if we got him from Villarreal. That would be quite something, wasn't it? So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how Orsic is going to play here. We got him, of course, from Barcelona at the beginning of the episode. He makes his first appearance, and there's no bigger stage to do it than the Champions League. So, we'll see how he gets on. Feels good to be saying this then as we get underway for the Champions League. We're back managing in the Champions League. Of course, the last time we managed in it, we won it with the Graafschap. So, here we go already on the attack. Kieran Tierney's delivery towards the box. Saigankov gets his head on it. Oh, it was actually Orsic, it was. The young Croatian, and welcome to the team, Orsic. If you could have scored that, that'd have been a fantastic little introduction. Instead, can't keep his head down. He's wearing the number 15 shirt, so do keep an eye on him during the game. But, yeah, feels good to be back in the Champions League. Tierney intercepts the play brilliantly, and now we'll find Ivan Herrera on the left foot. Herrera! What a save from the goalkeeper. It's bouncing through. Saigankov has put it home for Everton, though. And the number 11 in the 11th minute has given us the lead in the game as he celebrates with Orsic as well. Nice to see him already integrating himself into the side. I mean, I've got to admit, I thought Herrera would score it for his first Everton goal, but not quite. There is the good save from the keeper. At that point, though, it's a 50-50 and Saigankov wins it. That's what you love to see from us. And the bonuses as well, you got to remember, there's a few Champions League winners in this side. Ivan Herrera, I think, was there when we won it. Patrick, of course, a Champions League winner with us at the Graafschap. So, yeah, there's a couple of already, you know, medalled winners, if you will. So they know what it means in the Champions League. And this has been the perfect start to the game against Dynamo Kiev. Saigankov and Herrera link up. Herrera, this has got to be the moment. And it is. Ivan Herrera finally gets it. His first Everton goal, our number 55. That is a brilliant sight to see because I've got every faith that he will replace Lukaku next year. Of course, at the end of this one, he's going to be 30, Lukaku. We'll look to move him on, but I wanted him back for a season. But even Herrera, it's not the tidiest finish in the world, but I don't think he'll care because it's his first goal for his new club underneath the legs of the goalkeeper. 2-0 Everton, cruising to our first Champions League victory. Montiel through the side, Gankov. Orsic on the inside. Fairly quiet night so far for the young Croatian as he looks to switch the play towards Kieran Tierney, who's not going to win it in the end, but I believe that's our throw-in anyway. It is going to be, as there's a change for Dynamo Kiev, and they really do need that because they've not done anything. Tierney, this isn't the area you want him to be in if you're an opponent, because that's where he's dangerous. As Patrick picks up possession and looks for the corner of the goal, and he's going to find it. Everton 3, Dynamo Kiev 0. It's that man again, though, isn't it? Patrick, he grabbed all the headlines in his Champions League winning season, didn't he? Scoring some vitally important goals during our run with the Graafschap. And he's just grabbing the headlines again. Fantastic finish. 3-0 game, set and match. Here we go. It's done. Saigankov. Montiel's cross towards Herrera. Completely free. It's number 5 for Everton. And I'm so happy to see him grabbing a brace too. Hopefully that gives him the confidence. Commiserations though, Dynamo Kiev. You don't deserve 5-0. We've been good, but we haven't been 5-0 good. And I think they've just pretty much crumbled now. Oh, what a save, Lunan. Okay, well, there is some life in Dynamo Kiev. There's the shot in, and look at this from Lunan. Great save. He wants this clean sheet. Lovely little spin by the number 9. Look at that from Lunan. He wants that clean sheet. And that is a brilliant stop to make sure he's going to get it. We've got 9 minutes to go here. There is still time for a consolation for the home side. But Lunan says no on that one. And Patrick says have some of that as he smashes it away. Have we got time for one more as time ticks away in the game? Patrick has got the ball out wide towards Tierney. Kieran Tierney up from fullback. Good defending. That's really, really good from them. Not giving up But there is the full-time whistle. Everton 5, Dynamo Kiev 0 on our first game week in the Champions League. Convincing, to say the least. All right, so we're up against Newcastle now. We've got them at home, so I'm going to be simming this, but they're up into 6th place after the first 5 games, so they're doing all right at the beginning of this season. Asensio's got 7 goals in 5 for Manchester City. That's incredible. I mean, he's a quality player, we know that. But Lukaku dropping down the list slightly. Could do with a goal here. As you can see, he is back in the 11. And there it is on the left-hand side. What are we going to get against Newcastle at home then? I don't like risking it with Sims. I really don't. But anyway, we are off and running. West Ham beating Leicester. Wilshere goal there has given them the lead. Let's see how this one goes then for us. 0-0 after 30 minutes. Of course it would be Patrick, wouldn't it? 31st minute, Patrick is the one who puts us in front. I would argue, right, out of my entire series on YouTube, if Patrick keeps going... Oh, and there's Ivan Herrera! I would argue that if we continue with Patrick playing as well as he is going to be probably the best player we've had in any career mode on my time on YouTube. He's got all the plaudits, got all the qualities, scored some big goals for us. You have to say, he's certainly up there at the minute as well as being like a legend on my channel, you know. Nevertheless, even Herrera and Patrick both with the goals against Newcastle and a 2-0 win. I was saying last time that I might throw the game against Chelsea. I've named a weaker team, but if we win it, we win it at the end of the day. It's the Carabao Cup. We've got them at home. And like I said, if we're playing on 4 fronts, we could do without a few extra games. So if we do lose to Chelsea here, I can't say I'll be that disappointed. Edison Cavani's given them the lead after 8 minutes. And you can see the side on the left-hand side isn't the strongest one we could have named, but it's still got a few decent players in there. It's 1-0 Chelsea at the moment. And that victory for them will take them on in the Carabao Cup. For us, I honestly won't be bothered. Spurs beating Peterborough. I mean, it baffles me how we sometimes get these quite tough draws in, like, round 3. Lookman has equalised for Everton, though, after 73 minutes. Let's see, can we find a winner? No, there's penalties, and Chelsea have come out on top. 4-3. After the penalty shootout. It's a little bit annoying, but there we go then. That is us out of the Carabao Cup. Chelsea moving on. Honestly, not really bothered. Now, though, what a game this is going to be. Manchester City against us. First versus second. Both on the same points. Has anybody else been beaten? No, Chelsea, Man United still undefeated as well. I was going to say, one of these sides will have to lose their unbeaten run if one of us wins. But what a game we've got on our hands here then. The most informed player in the league on that left-hand side there. Asensio, the top scorer. It's going to be so tough keeping him quiet during this game. But there is our 11. We'll check out Manchester City's when we're into it. I would argue that although City, I think Man United were the winners last year, aren't necessarily the side that I first thought would be our biggest challenge. Obviously, Man United winning the league. They are going to be up there. So this is an early test for us, isn't it? And the question is, who's going to come out on top? So, Edison in goal, a back 4 that looks like that for Manchester City. What are they going to have in the midfield? Garcia, Fuchs and De Bruyne. And then the front 3, this is where it really gets interesting. Sterling, Jesus and Asensio. And like I said, Asensio is, of course, the league's most informed player. Leroy Sané can't even get into the side because Asensio's keeping him out. For some reason, Asensio is a winger on my game. I always thought of him more as a cam. But, yeah, he plays left wing, so... We know their lineup. You've already seen ours. It's time to get this show on the road, and I am half expecting that we might lose this game, but as long as we give a good showing and don't just get battered, that's all we can hope for. And one thing we don't want is this guy running at us too often, more than not, because he will cause problems, Asensio. Torreira to Lukaku. Lukaku through to Koeman. Offside flag surely going to go up here, though, against Kingsley Koeman. It has done. He puts us in front, but rightfully so. The Lino raises the flag. And it's been a tough opening 16 here. I really do feel like City are going to be a threat this season. They're giving us no time at all to delay on the ball or wait for passes. You've got to be quick with this because their press is relentless. And it's been a very, very tough start to this game. We had the ball in the net. It's not going to count, though. And this has not been a nice start. And it's not been a nice game at all thus far. Now, the issue for me is, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, I think Lukaku might be a bit pressed today to really make things happen. I wanted too long again. That's exactly what I just said I couldn't do. And I wanted too long to find a pass and they made me pay for it. Luckily, Jesus can't hit the target. But yeah, I'm thinking about maybe already changing Lukaku because I feel like I need somebody more mobile up there. And it's not really working out at the moment. And we're in trouble again here. And there is the goal then. Asensio puts Man City ahead. This has been so hard. I don't know what it is about this City team, but they just don't give you time at all. It was actually, we tried to play it to our right back and got caught. Is it our right back? I don't even know. I think it's Torreira I tried to play it to. Where on earth was Wan-Bissaka and all that then? Not entirely sure, but we're behind then at the Etihad. It's unsurprising, really. City being by far the better side in the opening few minutes. We can't even get a break. Whenever we touch the ball, it's a matter of minutes and seconds before we're losing it again. Decore now towards Coman, who's trying to turn and find an opportunity maybe as he drives in the area. Kingsley Coman pulls it on the right foot, gets the opportunity. Edison with a brilliant save. Saigankov trying to follow it up, and Grimaldo puts it behind against his former club. Right then, game on. Short corner, Saigankov whips it in. Back post, Davinson Sanchez should have scored. Oh, Sanchez. It's a huge moment in the game. Arguably, he should be putting this in. It's not even come off a defender like I thought. He should have scored. It should have been one apiece. City get away with a big chance there. That should have been 1-1. Where's Wan-Bissaka? Why is he left right back? Why have I got Torreira there again? I mean, we're all over the place here. We could be 2-0 down there. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's having a nightmare. He's having a shocking game. And I will safely say this. City have been the best side I've come up against in some time. Asensio, if he scores that, I am well and truly out of this one. Oh man, this is the toughest game I've had to play in quite a while. City are making this so difficult. I can't even get out of our own half at this point. KDB going close and just get us into half-time at 1-0. And I'll breathe a sigh of relief as Kurt Zouma goes close. Honestly, 1-0 doesn't sound bad to go in at half-time. That's all I'm going to say. Kieran Tierney, left back, drives forward. Tierney pulling it back on the right foot, swinging the delivery in. It's going to be a corner ball before the end of the half here then, as we are into pretty much the last kick of this first half. Can we create a chance, though, to take it to one apiece at half-time? Saigankov's corner towards the near post. Easily dealt with. And that will do us then for the first half of football at the Etihad. City the better side, and they lead at the break for it. Davinson Sanchez, though, had our best chance of that first half when he really should have scored from the corner. Going to make a change, though. Lukaku is... In fact, I'm going to try something. We're going to go to a 4-1-2-1-2 narrower. And we're going to go with Herrera and Lukaku up front. Try and use the two of them. And maybe combine. Kingsley Coman going to play in behind them. And Saigankov is going to make way. That is going to be the tactic I'm going to try here. So on comes Ivan Herrera. Going to play alongside Lukaku. And I'm going to try and instruct Herrera to get in behind. Decore, Lukaku's there. But it's going to go through instead towards Kieran Tierney, who's going to keep it in. Tierney swings it in. Herrera! Yes! Ivan Herrera has got the equaliser. That's why we brought him on. One apiece here at the Etihad. Tierney makes it with the assist. He's so good, like I've said before, from those wide areas. But even Herrera, you bald beauty, sticks his head on the end of the cross. City 1, Everton 1. And look at what he means with the celebrations. I mean, the pass was actually meant for Lukaku, I'm going to be honest, but it went all the way through towards Tierney. Fantastic delivery. Herrera makes no mistake with it. We're back on level terms here. And although City have been the better side, I will happily take a draw if we can get it. And now all of a sudden now City, well, I say that. I was about to say they look a little bit ropey because they've given the ball away, something they haven't done at all in the match. Now, they seem to be making a couple more mistakes than they were. Is there a potential winner in the game for us? Herrera going to be found. Lovely football. Decore, Lukaku. Surely not. Remember, Lukaku is saved. Herrera. Oh, what a block from Fuchs. Oh, my. Herrera could have put us in front. Blocks on the line by Fuchs. City now have gone from the team that were dominating here to the team on the back foot. Corner ball in. It's easy for Edison, though. Oh, man, 18 to go. There's a chance we could still win this. Patrick. Shot comes in. It comes to Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku has done it. 10 to go. City 1, Everton 2. The turnaround at the Etihad has been sensational. And the change that we made to putting two up front has now worked. Both strikers on the score sheet. I can't believe Lukaku has managed to turn this in with the right foot. It's just a hopeful shot from Patrick. Falls into his path. Maybe Edison doesn't expect Lukaku to hit this on the right foot. But he's caught off guard. You see the little jump that he makes just before the shot comes in. Not allowing him to set himself just quite enough in time. And the ball is in the back of the net. City will feel very hard done by here for their first half of football. But it's a game of two halves. And we've been by far the better side in the second. They were better in the first. We have come online in the second. And is there still one last opportunity for one of these two teams? Jesus, Bernardo Silva trying to make it happen. Added time we are into now as he's looking to take it around Decore. Stayed with him a long time. Bernardo Silva gets it back with a quick 1-2. Now Jesus turning towards the feet of De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Grimaldo. Back towards Bernardo Silva. They've got to create something here, though, you feel, because time is not on their side. And Decore steps in and wins it. And Everton have beaten City at the Etihad by 2-1. Herrera off the bench to score the equaliser before Lukaku scored his 5th of the season. And Asensio can't believe it. He started the game off with the goals. He's been the Premier League's best player thus far, but he didn't have enough on the day. And that man there set up the first one. And we've got a massive 3 points. That was so tough, that game. I can't even tell you. The interesting factor here is we've now got Roma. And part of me is tempted to sim this purely because I want to see if we can get a result against them without actually playing it. Now, I think I'm going to do that because I actually do want to see if we can do it. So let's see. I believe it's at home. Yeah, it is. If it had been away, I'd have been playing this. So at home, to end off today's episode, can we get a victory or at least a result against Roma in the Champions League if we sim it? That's going to be the question. Of course, if we lose this game, I'm not going to risk any of the other sims. I will play all the rest of the Champions League game, but I just want to see if we can do that. So, the side is selected. It's a good team as well. It's our full 11 in essence. They beat Benfica in the first game of the group stages. Let's see. So, their side is decent, actually. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a start I was hoping for. Under gives them the lead after 9 minutes. Patrick scores, though, to equalise. 1 apiece. Lunan. How often do you see this? A goalkeeper injured. Lunan is injured, and he's had to come off as well. Koric has given Roma the lead. And we are going to lose as I've skipped it. 2-1. Luckily, Benfica and Dynamo Kiev have drawn. So, I think purely on the basis that I do want to get out of the group and I don't want to be risking it from now, I'm going to be playing the rest of those Champions League games, at least until we know we're safely through. I just wanted to see if we had the capability to beat Roma, see if that was going to be the case or not. Clearly not, so it does mean that I do have to play the game against them as well. But the injury to Lunan is an interesting one. How long is he going to be out for? Transfer offer for Pryor. Lunan out for 4 weeks, which means backup goalkeeper is going to have to be 8 or 76 rated. Don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I really don't. But there is one more thing I want to do before we end off today, and it's going to be let you decide it. So now we have the money to be able to make this happen. Leon Bailey, that release clause, we are going to activate it to 43 million. And we're going to see if we've got enough in the wages to make that happen. So before we end off today, I want your decision. Top right hand side of this video, there's an I button. You can click it, and it's should we sign Leon Bailey, yes or no? Obviously, with Richarlison injured, it means Leon Bailey will come in January, but Richarlison will be back then, which could well mean that Lookman or Saigankov might be leaving the club if that is the case. So we've activated the release clause in Leon Bailey's contract. It does mean that wait, how much is he on in the wages? Let's quickly check that. He's on £120,000 a week. So we might be able to just afford his wages. I'm going to let you guys decide it. Top right hand side, obviously wages permitting, should we sign Leon Bailey? Yes or no? Leave your comments down below with any other things that you want to talk about, and I'll talk about them at the beginning of next episode. Other than that though, guys, we are going to be ending the episode off there. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, a massive thank you for the support on the channel. I really appreciate that as well. We sit top of the Premier League table, currently in this one by 3 points after our win against Manchester City in that crazy game we saw just a moment ago. But with it all to play for in the Champions League, that is how we'll kickstart the episode in the next one. Hopefully, I think we've got a Champions League game. Yeah, we do. It's against Benfica. So yeah, next month, it looks like a pretty simple month though for us, doesn't it? So shouldn't have too many issues here. Until next time though, have a fantastic Thursday evening. I will see you all tomorrow with episode number 4 of the series, unless I manage to get the player career story out on that Friday instead of the Saturday. I'm going to try my hardest to do that. So worst case scenario, see you Saturday with episode 4. Yeah, episode 4. Till then, have a fantastic evening, fantastic day, and I'll see you all soon. Adios.